It's been 3 years. 3 years of war. 3 years of Ukrainians fighting not just for their land, but for their right to exist. And today we're going to Santa Monica to remind the world this war is far from over. It's not just about war in the front lines. Right now there's another battle happening, one that isn't fought with weapons, but with politics, deals and negotiations, happening behind closed doors. There's pressure on Ukraine to sign deals that don't secure safety. The US is demanding Ukraine to repay $500 billion for military aid. That's more than Germany paid during World War. But the difference is that Ukraine is not a offender. And at the same time, Russia is negotiation with the United States about Ukraine without Ukraine.
Negotiations. It is shameful. It is absolutely shameful. It's not the American way. It's not what made this country great. And we have to stand up against this. And I want to say it brings me such joy to see so many people here standing up against this madness. Call in and write. Tell your stories. Your stories are real stories. They're not online trolls and misinformation. The honorable banner of Ronald Reagan need to hear from you.
This is what they don't see in the news. Ukrainians all over the world are still standing together. 3 years later, Ukrainians still here, still fighting, still demanding the right to exist. Every flag you see here, every person marching, this is a reminder that Ukraine is not just a pawn on a geopolitical chessboard.
Go Україна, які прийняли мене як свого рідного і підтримують мене з самого початку.
I believe we're all each other's brother's keepers, and in times like this, when a brother of yours is struggling and suffering and literally dying, there's only one right thing to do: to support your brother. That's why it's called Brothers Keepers. Thank you.
Slava! Thank you for your attention. And once again, dear ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters,
why a lot of people, especially Taiwanese, have the impetus to support Ukraine is because it's basically the same situation where Russia sees Ukrainians as their own, as their type of people. They don't consider themselves like a separate type of ethnicity or something like that. They believe everybody's Russians, and that's kind of the same. That's kind of the same groundwork that we're working with in Taiwan. Is that especially since the dictatorship times, when the KMT government fled to Taiwan, they essentially instilled a military dictatorship, where oftentimes a lot of political prisoners and everything like that, they just get disappeared. Longest martial law ever, basically. So I know I have family who's been affected by that. So it is really important for me personally, and also for a lot of people in Taiwan, to basically support Ukraine, because we are basically in the same situation where we are under the threat of invasion and everything like that. And obviously it's going to be super hard and everything like that, and there is a lot of political disagreements and everything, but I believe that this is the right way to go forward and everything.
Every candle here represents someone who paid the ultimate price. A soldier, a mother, a child. 3 years of loss, 3 years of resilience. We're not just remembering them, we're making sure their sacrifice wasn't in vain. 3 years ago, they thought Ukraine would fall in 3 days. Ukraine proved them wrong. They said Ukraine couldn't hold the front. Ukraine proved them wrong. And now they think they can decide Ukraine's future without Ukraine. But Ukraine will prove them wrong again.